Welcome to Giving You Keys to Home Ownership. I'm your host, Kimberly Watson Johnson, and as you know, there are many steps in the home buying process, but few of those steps are as impactful as the home inspection. By the time you put in an offer on a house, you may think you'll know all there is to know about the property. However, a professional home inspection can offer much needed reassurance to your home buyers by allowing them insight to any potential problems before closing on the home. So, today we have one of the best local home inspectors. Let's welcome Brian Wilcome with Integrity Home Inspections. All right, Brian, go ahead, introduce yourself and tell us what you do. Tell us about Integrity.
Hi, my name is Brian Wilcome. I'm the owner of Integrity Home Inspections of Florida. We're based here in Hernando County. We service the Hernando County, Citrus County, Pasco County, Hillsborough County, and quite a few other counties in the area, but mostly up and down the Gulf Coast.
Okay.
And we were established in 2016, so we are actually in our 7th year of business now.
All right, sounds good. 7 years, it's been that long?
Yeah.
All right. So tell people what is a home inspection? I mean, let them know what is a home inspection.
A home inspection is the process of having a licensed professional home inspector come out to a potential property that you are looking to purchase and doing a full inspection of the primary components of the home. Those primary components would be your roof, AC, plumbing, electric, and structure. We come out and we take a look at anything that is visible and do our best to help you make an informed decision on that home.
Okay. And for something like that, how much does it cost? How much can people expect to spend to get one of those done?
The average cost, our prices are based on square footage, but what I see the average cost is generally somewhere between $365 and $425 for a full home inspection.
Okay. And with that, what credentials does someone need? I mean, like, did you have to go to school? I mean, what did you have to do to become an inspector? Okay.
First, you have to find a qualified course. It's a 120-hour course. There are several different companies. Ours was through InterNACHI, which is a very reputable company. You do the 120-hour course, you get a certification, and then you have to you go take a national exam, which actually, for me being here in Florida, I didn't know that I was going to have to learn about basements, things like that. But because it's a national exam, you have to do everything. Yes. Once you pass the national exam, then you apply for your license, and that's done through our Department of Business and Professional Regulation.
Okay. And
then you get your insurance. You're good to go.
So as a home inspection, you're licensed, not certified, because some people don't realize that there's such thing as a license or a certification. So you are truly licensed.
You cannot just go get a certification and do home inspections. You actually have to become a licensed home inspector, and you have to have an LLC or a corporation.
Okay. Now, I know you did give us a brief little snippet of the different things you cover. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, today I want to get a little bit more in depth. Okay. Mm-hmm. I get people that'll ask me like, hey, what is he going to tell? And I'm going to tell you the things that I tell my people. Mm-hmm. So I tell them, I said, he is going to come in and he is going, and when I say he, I mean he, because this is who I use right here. So I tell them, you're going to come in there, and you're basically going to be able to tell them everything down to the cracks in the wall, what plugs in the house work, what don't work, just smoke detectors, just give them an idea.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people, when you say, we're going to check the electrical, we're going to check the roof, we're going to check the plumbing, they want to know a little bit, just a little bit more, okay,
Absolutely.
You're checking the electrical and the plumbing, but then we still have, well, does he flush the toilets? Does he check this? Yep. So tell them, we don't have enough time here to go through every single,
Correct.
I've seen one of your reports.
Yes.
We don't want to go through everything, but just kind of give them an idea. When you say plumbing, you go like really deep. You flush toilets. Well, you tell them what you do. I don't need to tell them what you do.
We run, just for instance, to piggyback off of that, the plumbing inspection, for instance, we run a lot of water through, every faucet, every tub, just anywhere that we can see plumbing, any cavities that we can take covers off of or access, we're running water, we're checking for leaks, we're checking pressure outside. We have different gauges that we can put on the exterior hose bibs, for instance, that it'll show us the pressure to the home, but it also lets us know if everything in the home is shut off, that the home is holding pressure, so there are no leaks undetected under the home. A lot of stuff in Florida is what we call sub-slab, which means that the pipes are actually run before the slab is poured. Everything is under the home.
Okay.
Sometimes you can have leaks in areas that are not visible.
Okay.
But yes, we get very detailed with the roofing inspections. Our reports on average are about 45 pages because we do document the type of windows you have, aside from the 5 main aspects that I mentioned earlier. You get into the way the windows function, what type you have. Are they thermal or single pane? Do the doors in the home leading to the bedrooms actually close properly, or do they get stuck on the floors and jammed? Just very, very detailed reports.
Okay. Yes, I know, and I do make sure I tell my clients, if you are one of those people that tend to hang out in the restroom a little while, take your report with you. You'll have plenty to read.
Yes.
You'll have plenty. Okay. So, welcome back to Giving You Keys to Home Ownership. Today, we are here talking to Brian Wilcome with Integrity Home Inspections. Okay. Now, if there are any issues that are minor and major, you kind of let them know. Like, how do you? I know how you do it, but I'm trying to give the opportunity. Like, you have a way of letting them know whether these are what do we call deferred maintenance items?
Correct.
Which are things that
Old AC systems. If your air conditioner is between around 12 years old, even if it is functioning properly, we mark it down as a deferred cost item. Just kind of letting you know that it is functioning, but maybe due for replacement in the next few years. Same thing with your water heater. We're going to let you know the age.
So deferred maintenance are things that they're working properly now, but you can look to, you're going to need to repair them coming eventually.
Correct.
But you can't pinpoint what date they're going to need to repair.
No, we don't have a crystal ball.
I need to make sure I got to put that out there. No crystal balls,
Yeah,
okay?
no crystal
Okay,
balls.
all right.
We do try our best, though.
Okay, now, some of the things, I get questions, are you an electrician? Are you a roofer? Are you
I get those same questions.
Are you an electrician? Are you a roofer? Are you a plumber?
Or do I want to fix the stuff?
Or do you want to fix the things for
Yes.
them? So how do you explain the difference with with those situations? Because I know
we get that a lot. We're not electricians. We're not roofing contractors. We have a general knowledge of construction and most things in the home and how they function. And we know how to find problems. That's what we're trained to do. And when we find the problems, at that point, we always recommend licensed professionals come further evaluate the deficiency and repair the deficiency. And I say licensed professional simply because you have a licensed business owner that can back up the repairs that they do, rather than handyman Bob down the road.
okay.
Who will disappear.
Who will disappear. Now, can you recommend a professional? Do you have professionals you recommend, or do you kind of just guide them to find someone, whether it's in the Yellow Pages or through their realtor or whatever?
I have a handful of people, roofing contractors. I have several electricians that we will recommend, but again, licensed companies, and that not many though. We try to let our customers do their own research and find their own people.
Got you. Now, I know here in Florida, we got a lot of people that are, with certain inspections, they need to know, with certain loans, not inspections, certain loans. Like with FHA, you have to be able to have a certain amount of years left on the roof and other things. So do you...
Smoke detectors or
Okay.
FHA, they're big on safety. VA is the same. They're actually very similar.
Now, are you able to tell them how much life is left in a roof, or
Within general, back to the crystal ball, but yes, we are able to, based on permits usually, we're able to see how old the roof is, check the general condition of the roof, and based on those two things put together, we can give you a general life expectancy from the day of the inspection forward.
Okay. And when they get these reports and that have your whether they're major issue or minor issues, when they get those reports, I mean, what is that? What can they do with the report? I mean, I know, but you tell me.
The biggest thing that I tell our customers, take the time to thoroughly go over the reports. We've had people, unfortunately, they will have us put together an inspection and they never read them, and then they take possession of the home, and there are problems that they weren't aware of and they could have been. So my recommendation is always take the report, take the time to go over it thoroughly, jot down questions however you do it on a notepad, S-Note, does not matter, and give us a call with your questions so that we can explain things further. And also get with your real estate agent and, collaborate on repairs that would be needed for insurance purposes. Okay. You know that.
All right. Yes, I do. Okay. Welcome back to Giving You Keys to Home Ownership. Today we are here with Integrity Home Inspections, getting all the goods on the home inspection process. So we're getting the goods today. You're giving us all the goods. Now, when you're doing your inspections, what would you consider a major concern?
Major concern, structural issues, one. Major cracking, anything like that. Potential settlement issues, roof leaks, air conditioning system not working properly, plumbing leaks, and electrical problems. Okay. Fire hazards.
Okay. So basically things that are safety hazards or could cost them quite a bit of money.
Yes.
We like that, quite a bit of money.
Yes.
Those are the things that tend to fall under your major concerns.
Big ticket items is what we call them.
Big ticket items.
Big
I
ticket
like that.
items.
Big ticket items. We got to remember those big ticket items. Okay. Now, with our home inspections, I do know here in Florida with insurance, there are certain inspections that are required for us to have done.
Yep.
Let's kind of touch on those because a lot of people, I know with your company, they tend to, if you get a home inspection with you, they tend to get the
They're included with our full
the
inspections.
4-point inspection and roof certification are included.
And
But
knowing
some company requires those to be paid separately. So kind of explain to us the difference between those inspections and just kind of give us a understanding of what they do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So insurance companies and some of your lenders will be looking for what's called a 4-point inspection. If you're buying a home, you will hear people ask you for that a lot. The 4-point inspection are the 4 main aspects of the home: the roof, AC, plumbing, and electric. And that just covers, we're talking about the age of the life. That 4-point, that documents the age of the roof and the life expectancy from there forward. And that will help you get insurance. When we document any deficiencies, same as it's just a much smaller report compared to the full comprehensive inspection. But it just lets the insurance companies know that your home is in good standing with what they consider to be the main aspects.
Okay, so it lets them know, so it lets the insurance company knows your home is in good standing, and it covers the roof, plumbing, AC, and I missed the last
The
one.
electric.
Electric.
Electric,
Okay.
yep.
So roof, plumbing, AC, and electric.
Yep.
Okay. And I've been noticing a lot lately that some of the older homes with the electrical boxes are having to be replaced.
Yes.
Why is that? Is it an insurance requirement or is it just safety? I mean, why is that happening?
As time has went on, homes built in the early 70s to mid 80s, there are several different brands of panel that have found to be not tested properly back when they were originally manufactured, and they're a fire hazard.
Oh, fire hazards. We don't like fire hazards.
We don't like fire
We
hazards.
don't like fire
And
hazards.
that would be a
We don't
big
like
ticket
those.
item because your average cost of replacement of a panel is probably around $1,500 or so.
Okay.
Expensive stuff.
So those are things we definitely want people to know about right up front. Let them know.
And you want your home to be safe.
That too. Now, if let's just say you have your 4-point inspection versus your full inspection. The 4-point, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm giving people clarification.
Yep.
The 4-point is more of a condensed inspection, but it's not a full inspection. It only
Correct.
just lets you know if these things are working.
Yes.
Not anything more than yes, they're working or no, they're not.
It's not, when we talk about thorough inspections, this is it's a standardized form, and we just focus on those 4 main areas. So if you did have a structural problem, low insulation in the attic, there are a lot of different things that we would not be able to report on with a report like that.
Okay, so low insulation in the attic.
Low insulation.
Low.
Low
I was like,
insulation.
why are we blowing insulation in the attic?
No. Efficiency, stuff like that.
Okay, then. So let me get my life together here, seeing I'm talking about blowing insulation in attics. So I'm making this a little bit more highfalutin than it needs to be. Now, do you also test for like mold and stuff like that? Do you do mold testing? And the reason I'm asking that is because I have a situation right now where the home inspector came in, and I work with the seller, so the buyer's agent. They hired a home inspector, and he came in and he goes, "This house has black mold. Everybody needs to get out." And so my client is like, "Well, how does he know that?"
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'm asking, because a lot of people think that if a home inspector says it's mold, then that's 100% mold, because we ended up having it tested and it's not mold. It's black over there, but it's more dirt.
Yeah.
It's dirty.
Yeah. And that's what you have to be careful reporting on stuff like that.
Okay, so that's a separate inspection, or you would hire someone separate, or do you do that for a mold?
For us, if we visibly, our pre-inspection agreement clearly states we do not test for mold. There are different companies that will do air quality tests, things like that. That's a separate company, separate inspection. If we visibly see mold, which I've been doing this long enough, I know what it looks like, we will report it. But then, again, we recommend further evaluation by a separate company. I would never walk out and just start screaming, "There's
Black
mold
mold,
in the
run,
house,
black
there's
mold,
black
run."
mold." No, I would never do that.
Okay.
But if I did see what looked like mold, we would report it.
Now, of course, we cannot get by without going here, because we live in Florida, and what does everybody want to have in Florida? A pool.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, now, as far as pools, do you inspect pools?
We do inspect pools.
Now, with a pool inspection, kind of what are you looking for? I mean, I'm not sure what they're even looking for, other than it's got water in it, and you can see the bottom.
Yes, and can you swim in it? That's the big question when it's hot outside.
So, pools, what do you...
Pools, we check a lot of different things, actually, but we're going to check the equipment, make sure just the general age of the pump, things like that. Most of your pumps will last about 3 years, and we try to give somebody deferred maintenance stuff. We're going to look for any signs of leaks where pipes are visible. We're going to check what they call the vessel, which is the inside of the pool. Check the plaster surface, see if it needs to be resurfaced. Check for any cracks. Check the exterior, things like that. It's everything we do is visual inspection. So if we see it, we report on it.
Okay. All right, so the visual inspections. Now, this is my last but my goodie right here. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Appliances. That dishwasher, that washer, the dryer, the microwave, the refrigerator, the stove.
Yes.
Ha-ha.
Yeah.
Tell those people what you do with this thing. Kim done burnt her hand a time or two on the stove.
Well, if we're testing the stove, we actually tell everybody in the house not to burn their hands on the stove.
Don't touch it.
Because we've tested them. But yes, we do check all the appliances. We do run everything, mostly the dishwasher because it's plumbing. We check the temperatures in the refrigerator. We do run the clothes washer through a rinse cycle so that it will drain to make sure nothing's backed up. And we just run the dryer for a little bit to make sure that the vent's working properly and that it, if it comes with the sale of the home, we need to look at it.
Now, is there a way, and this is for my personal reasons, sorry people, is there a way to check the microwave?
There is.
There is?
There is.
How do you check a microwave?
It's called Magic Lights, actually. I'll show it to you sometime. It's a little clear stick. It's the shape of a rectangle, and it has 3 little lights in it. And you can put it in the microwave, and you just turn the microwave on for 10 seconds. And if all 3 lights light up, the microwave's functioning properly.
Okay, that's good to know,
Yes,
because
all of our
I
inspectors
did have a
them.
situation where the people moved. I had to buy somebody a microwave, and the inspector, I guess he checked it, but it didn't work when they moved in.
Yep.
So anyway, anything else you want to tell us about these wonderful inspections you do, other than you are like so awesome and you find everything that I need you to find for me?
Thank you. They're extremely important. I would never recommend, and it's not just because I'm in this business, I would never recommend waiving your inspection. More often than not, our nominal fee is very small by comparison to the issues that we find. And we really do our best to help you make an informed decision. It's a very important part of the process.
That's good. Now, anybody that follows me and watches my videos, they know I am always screaming about how important a home inspection is. If you haven't followed me, I'm going to give you a little quick blurb here about my situation. The first house I bought, I didn't know about a home inspection, and I did not have a home inspection. And of course, Florida, we love our Florida.
Yeah.
We got rain.
Yeah.
It rained very hard for a good, strong 4 hours. 4 hours. So when I got home from work and I came home on the lanai or birdcage, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
all of my screens had fallen. They had duct tape. You know, they say duct tape holds everything.
Yes.
When I tell you all of those screens were duct taped
That's
up,
so bad.
well, duct tape cannot beat out Florida's rain.
No.
And so
No.
I came home to all the screens hanging down. So my mantra to everybody is to make sure you get a home inspection. It is so important. It is one of the best things you can do for yourself. I encourage everyone, not only to get the home inspection, but to attend the home inspection. Agreed. Attendance is so important because even though he's going to give you this 50-page report, and yes, it is truly 50 pages of pictures of everything,
pictures.
Lots and lots of pictures, reading, red notes, marks, like you're back in high school and the teacher done graded your paper with a red ink pen. If it's something wrong with it, even down to the smallest thing, you will have it notated. So as I was saying, even though you'll have this written report to follow, going with the inspector to walk through, because what you do is you do your whole inspection, and then you save that last 30 minutes to literally walk down and point out everything that you found. And when I say everything, he even points out like, hey, there's a little small crack at the bottom left corner of that window. No one noticed, didn't even know was there. So he points all those things out.
I don't want him to see it later and wonder if it just happened.
So by following you, getting with you at the inspection, it is going to be more beneficial to get the information straight from the horse's mouth, from the source, whatever you want to call it today. So that is my mantra.
Just called me a horse.
I just called him a horse. I'm sorry. Of course. In closing, the more information you have on your new home purchase or sale, the better equipped